I like working with Jan because I think he's a thoroughly professional negotiator. He obviously has a wealth of expertise to contribute to um, the work, the challenges facing us here for the negotiations. We've had positive feedback about him for the last few years that he's been engaged with us on negotiation training rounds, and it's been very positive. So his international experience and his work experience in the private sector, and obviously working with us over the last few years in the NHS, have given us the confidence to have another round of training from JPA. So prior to working with the JPA, the number of challenges because of the broad diversity of contracts which the organisations across North West London work with, in terms of the acute sector, the community sector, voluntary sector organisations, and there are different contracts, different approaches to the contracting for a number of those. And given the agenda of the government for this year, it's kind of getting into our minds the most optimum, as it were, contract form for the different types of contracts. For me personally, it gave me a better idea of some of the key issues around the negotiation approaches and the strategy for the negotiation with providers, and gave me a better appreciation of the challenges which my colleagues, the contract leads, will face in their respective contracts. We have been working on the contract form this year with contract leads, and we're getting a better idea of the challenges in terms of the type of contract, the currency of the contract, etc., and how we might approach the negotiations. Since working with JPA, I think contracts leads and ourselves here have a better appreciation of the cross impact of the various negotiations that will be taking place with the in-sector hospital trusts. And so that has kind of fostered a better sense of collaboration amongst all the contract leads, the CCGs, in order to work in a different way this year and to have a more relational contracting type of approach instead of a more adversarial approach with the providers. My view is that since the contract leads have had the opportunity of leading their teams in the negotiation training round, sessions by team that we've approached this year, there is a better understanding at team level in terms of the objectives of the negotiations and the areas of focus that CCGs will need to work on, in order to gain the best outcomes for them and the local health economy for the contracts for 2016-17. I think other CCGs across the country, other negotiating teams in the NHS, including from the provider side as well, could benefit from his experience, his expertise.
What do you think it is that makes JPA different from all the other training providers that you've worked with?
I mean, the difference between JPA and other providers we've worked with in the past is that with JPA, I feel there is a better balance between the practical approach and the actual theoretical underpinning of the negotiation training, and that I personally find very helpful.